Hi, I'm Sid Probstein, and I'm going to demonstrate the Attivio Active Dashboard for Enterprise Performance Management. Here you see an active dashboard. It's intended to bring the information needed, all of the information needed, to a single person inside the organization. We've said before at Attivio that search is not enough. What we mean is you shouldn't have to search when you need information. Sometimes the system should know that you need this information and push it to you constantly, actively. Thus, the concept of an active dashboard. I'm going to start by showing you a sales manager view, and this has been constructed with the same infrastructure we use at Attivio. Technologies such as Jira, an issue tracking system, a Confluence, a wiki for collaboration, our Microsoft Exchange server, internal websites, file systems with documents, and perhaps most importantly, Salesforce.com data, all of our CRM and sales data. So currently, although it says Service Manager in the upper left-hand corner, I'm actually in the Sales Manager mode. And as a Sales Manager, what I'm interested in is the pipeline, right? What's happening in sales? So in the upper left-hand corner, I have the opportunity pipeline. Each one of these little blocks or chips represents a single pursuit, and we can see that those are broken out by region and by quarter. Now Q1's behind us, and overall it seems like the results were pretty good. Fell a little bit short of the target, but was not too bad. We're in Q2 now, so we need to look at that, and we can see that it doesn't look very promising. We're supposed to do $12.5 million, and currently the projection is less than $5 million. We might want to understand why, and perhaps understand what corrective action we need to take. So let's start by looking in more detail at the opportunity pipeline. So now I've expanded the size, and I have a slightly new view where I have far more options to go in and modify the result set. So for starters, I'm going to change the close quarter from showing all to showing just quarter 2. Now what I'd like to really see is I want to understand what stages these different deals are and then break them out by sales rep. So I'll start by saying, show me the stage that these deals are on, and then I'll go ahead and select that I want to break that out on the horizontal axis by sales rep. Now I've transformed this good summary view that we had previously into a very detailed view that shows me the process. Where are these deals in terms of their progression? From the bottom of the page, where we have opportunities and probable and upside items, up to a closed or booked deal, and hopefully not a lost deal. So we can look through this quarter and see, well, we have closed some deals, so that's very good. We lost a deal or two. Okay, that's going to happen. Maybe what should be of concern is right here we have a couple of deals that are at the upside stage, and we'd like to see those move up to strong upside. So perhaps we'd look at a large one. I'm going to select this one. I know it's large because the side of the chip or chit here is quite large. So I'll go ahead and see, okay, Cyberdyne. This deal has not moved forward very much. Maybe this is something that I'd like to focus on. So I can go back to my dashboard. Now I'll point out a couple things. First, I am interested in my current accounts because I need to be aware of that, and I can see that Cyberdyne currently, well, it looks like they're dissatisfied. So that's of some concern. Now, maybe I need to understand why are they dissatisfied. So I'll take a look up here at one of the most interesting and unique aspects of the active dashboard. It's the news and note streams. Think of this as the Facebook news feed that you get for your personal Facebook account, but it's telling you what's new in your business, right? What's new in the people and the processes and the events and the information and the customers and the partners who are in your world. And it's filtered to be relevant to you. Now, items that we put in the news and note stream, in fact, all of the items that are loaded all go through our sentiment analyzer. So we know that there's a red item here, and it looks like that might be of interest. Professional services added a comment on Cyberdyne. It looks like there's a Cyberdyne has a delivery delay, and apparently the customer is unhappy about that. So now we might pick up the phone and try and understand in a little more detail what's happening. We might call the service manager. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch to the service manager's view. It's very similar in many respects with navigation, and the user capabilities are the same. The difference is that this dashboard is focused on different information. The service manager does not care about the pipeline particularly. Perhaps he should, but we'll say he doesn't. He's interested in his current accounts, project milestones, and particularly resources and issues, right? Bugs in the system, bugs in delivery, whatever that is. So he can see the same thing that I can, that Cyberdyne is dissatisfied, but he can see some other things. First, he can see that there's been a demand overrun, meaning not enough resources in April. So perhaps that's related to this news and note that we saw. He sees the same one about professional services saying that Cyberdyne is being delayed. So perhaps those are related. But he sees another very interesting piece of data, that Cyberdyne has the most open issues of any account, including a large number of critical issues. Perhaps these are highly relevant. Now, of course, it's time to search. We need to really understand the full breadth of Cyberdyne, and I don't need to see my view of the world. I need to focus on a complete view of Cyberdyne. So I'll go ahead and run a query. What we'll get now is that dashboard. In this case, it's going to be for the sales manager, but this is a demo version of the system, so you'll see that when the service manager does it. Usually he'll get it in his view, but that's a future item. What we get is the news and notes stream, and this has more detail. We can see that project delay, but we have another item here. There's no easy fix for the critical bug that was reported. That's clearly going to frustrate the customer, and maybe that's the cause of it. But perhaps, and especially if you're the service manager, or really if you're the sales manager, you'd like to know, it looks like the rep is saying that the budget is approved, but the business lead is dragging their feet. So obviously there's a lot of issues in this account. Without a dashboard like this, without the Attivio Active Dashboard for Enterprise Performance Management, each of the people involved in this has to go to each of these silos and try and piece the puzzle together. And many of the pieces of the puzzle won't even be accessible. The sales manager is not going to see into the JIRA system where the issues are tracked, may not have any visibility into the project. He certainly can't get at the email, right? Other users' email. It's only through a unified information access approach, bringing together these silos of data and delivering and pushing this data constantly, the data that they need, to each user in an active dashboard, that you can really reduce the time, the effort, the coordination, and the collaboration that's required to understand the issue and resolve it. Again, I'm Sid Probstein. Thanks for listening.